This is another real nice one I'm putting up for sale. Not pictured or not in the video is also the original box that's in decent shape. It's got some wear on it. You know, it's an old box, but has the original manuals and everything like that in it. And this radio also comes with the original non-amplified desk mic here. So pretty simple, just a non-amplified dynamic desk mic that's also in really nice shape. And this is a LAN command by SBE. This is the LCB-8. So there's two of these that are made. One's a LCB-8, like the one in front of us here. And then there's a LCB-8S, which is the sideband model. Now, again, this thing is immaculate. You can still smell like the old original smell of the radio when you take this thing out of the box. I don't really know how to describe that, but it's like stuff that was made during that time period has like a certain kind of smell to it. And when I was taking this radio out of the bubble wrap, it like hit me in the face. That may sound silly, but if you've ever opened something that's new old stock or what have you, you've probably kind of experienced that same thing. Now, this isn't a new old stock radio. It has been tuned up, has a VFO wind-up installed in it. I'll key that up where you guys can hear it in the background. I think it just stays on all the time. So be a great radio for talking skip on. You're going to have that distinctive wind up when you key up. And we've got our Grant back there on sideband so we can hear it better. So it's not going to sound like that on AM unless someone is keyed up with you. But on sideband, it's real distinct. Not a sideband radio, obviously, so you don't have to worry about that. But on AM, a lot of times you can't really hear it that well unless you double up with somebody or unless there's another signal coming in the same time you are. But that's just to show you guys that the wind-up works. I've had this radio for a while, thought about keeping it. I've had several of these. They're one of my favorites because internally they're basically the same thing as a Cobra 1000 GTL, which, as many of you know, is probably my favorite traditional CB radio. So if you want something that talks like a 1000, loud like a 1000, but something a little bit different that not as many people have, it's a little bit more rare, LAN command by SBE. Love the signal meters on it, both of which work, I do believe. See if we can key our little desk mic up here. Hello. Audio. Yeah, so both meters work just fine. That's great. This is a 5-pin radio, so that's why I'm using this microphone. It's a 5-pin radio, so if you don't like the way the little desk mic sounds, you'll have to do put a 5-pin radio, 5-pin plug on it. Let's make sure we got everything set. RF gain is variable dead key on this, okay? If that bothers you, I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is. That's the way it was set up. So this is your variable dead key, and we'll get around to demonstrating that here in a second. We'll key up our Cobra 90 in the background. We just want to make sure it receives. So there you go. There it is receiving. Sure, our squelch is down here. This thing might have to have an external speaker. I don't remember. No, there we go. It's just got a good quiet receive on it. So I thought it was going to have to take an external speaker, but it's actually just got a really nice quiet receive. So that being said, guys, we'll get into the output test of it, make sure everything's good to go. Again, this is a really, really nice radio. You guys probably say, well, if it's so nice, why don't you just keep it and collect it? I just have so much stuff, guys. There's just very specific items that I keep and collect. Like I've got some of the boat anchors. I've got a couple Yaesus, the Johnson stuff, Collins stuff that I would part with, my ICOM. Basically any of it I would sell aside from a few pieces, but they're just being collected for the time being. I love this radio. It's just, I don't want it to sit here and then the meters get stuck on it, caps dry out on it, what have you, and then I've got something that needs repaired. So that's why I'm going to put it on down the line and let someone else get some enjoyment out of it. But with that said, let's get into the output test of it. It's what everybody came here to see anyway. And what I will do first is if I can, let's see, with this desk mic, it's a little tricky. We're going to do the dead key first, show you the range. My hand's shaking here a little bit because I'm holding the mic and the camera. Let's see, where is my little, if I had my little mount in here, I would use it. You guys can tell these videos aren't very scripted or anything. All right, let's try this. So it goes up to about 8 watts. swinging 11 average. It goes down to nothing. Hello, audio, swinging 10 average, okay? So now we want to check the PEP on it. And we don't have to check sideband because it doesn't have sideband. So just AM only, PEP, audio, audio. Hello, audio, 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 audio. A little bit over 40 PEP. Now, on a dosimeter, it's probably going to show less. I say that every time. That way people aren't blindsided when they get something. And they're like, man, this thing was showing 40 watts peak on your bird, and it's only showing 25 on my dosi. Well, don't be surprised that happens because dosies don't read true PEP power. Looks like our TX light works. Receive light looks like it may not be working. What else to check? What else to check? Channel 9 light works. And I'm not even sure what that little light's for. I'd probably actually have to get the manual. What does that say? AWI, AW1. So maybe I make myself look like an idiot by not knowing what that is, but I'm not sure right off the top of my head what that does. But everything else works on it. Clock. You can actually make this thing where it turns on automatically. I think you can set like an alarm to where it turns on automatically. And that's about it, guys. So I'm just going to I'm going to take some pictures of it. I will take some pictures of the box and everything. It's still got the original inserts. It's still got the manuals. Again, this little mic, I mean, it's probably worth a little something itself to have the little desk mic with it. It's got a big long cord on it. So, but that's it, everybody. I hope you enjoy the video. If you've never seen one of these before, congratulations. Now you have. If you didn't know that they were a Cobra 1000 basically on the inside, now you do. The LCB-8S is essentially like a Cobra 2000 or a Madison on the inside. LCB-8 is the Cobra 1000 kind of equivalent on the inside. One of my favorite radios. I talked on one of these for a long time. If you go back and watch some videos from probably 3, 4, 5 years ago, I ran one of these on my ground plane for a long time. I did some of the CB radio night live videos with it, I think. Did some video gates with it and stuff like that. So one of my favorite radios, just it won't get any playtime if I keep it. And I don't want it to sit here and ruin. It's too nice of a radio. So appreciate everybody. Rooster in Tennessee, roostercb.com. Catch you guys out on the band. This one will be up for sale, used and specials. Roostercb.com. See you, bye.